Hey, what's up? It's Sugar from Soundkandy Studio. Right, today I'm going to take a look at the klevgrand Korvpressor. It's a small, lightweight, smart compressor. Let's go and take a look at it and see what it sounds like. Welcome back. Right, let's get straight down to business. This is the Korvpressor by klevgrand. It is a smart dynamic processor. Now, what we're going to do very, very quickly, we're going to take a look at the interface. We'll hear how it sounds. We'll decide whether or not it's going to be useful for you. Do you like it? Blah, 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 that kind of thing. Right, so let's get going. Let's take a quick look at the interface. This one is very, very basic, and I like that it's basic. If you've had any of the klevgrand stuff, they do this kind of very muted color look, and I quite like it. So let's take a quick look. We have input, we have squeeze, which is your compressor section, and you can control that by, actually, can you scroll on that? No, you can't. You have to grab the anchor points and move that about, and then you have your output. Top right hand corner, you have your bass, mid, and treble. Nothing else to it. You have a look ahead, which I generally have on, and currently it's in the bypass mode. Now, I've put this right here on my drums. My drum bus, just to see how it sounds on the drum bus alone, so we can isolate some of the sounds. Let's get going. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to the track for a second, and then it's on bypass. So we'll listen to the track for a second, and then we'll engage it and see what it sounds like. Okay, right, that's enough. We're not gonna linger on this particular video because there's not really much to it. So we'll just jump straight into it. Okay, so let's take it out of the bypass mode and let's see what it does. So we've had a look at the interface. It's kind of basic, but I like it basic because it means that if you're just new to music production and music making, you don't want something that's very, very complicated. So let's see what it sounds like. So maybe what I will do here, let's just solo it because it's on the drums. Let's just solo it, and we'll play the drums, and we'll tweak a few of the basic knobs here to see what it sounds like. So right here, increasing the output, obviously now you can kind of, the kind of taxonomy of this, you can guess what it does before it even does it. So you know that pushing in, pulling the squeeze allows us to do the compression on it. And then pushing and pulling the output allows us to adjust the output, and same as the input. So let's just do that so we can see it working. And incidentally, as I always kind of say, if you haven't got, it's probably best that you listen to this either on the studio monitors or put some headphones on. Let's listen to it with some music now. Let's just, so that we can hear it in the mix itself. Let's just let's just do it. Untake the solo off here. Let's listen to it with some music. Now, I like that. I like it where it is, but the snare drum is coming through a little bit too much. So let's just try and adjust it to get it to sound a bit more neutral. So let's listen to the before and after. Let's actually engage the bypass so we can see what it was and what it will be in the end. So as you can see, as we pull it towards the middle, you can hear the resonance of the snare drum particularly. So what we want to kind of do, I guess, is we want to remove a little bit of that and just have it so it doesn't, so it doesn't bounce around as much, I guess. Let's increase the output a little bit more. Yeah, not too bad. Who would be using this, and why would you be using it? Now, this is it's as I said, it's quite basic, but it is good as a starter. Now, one of the things that I always say that we should be trying to do anyway, if you're new to music production and music making, perhaps I would suggest that you try using the built-in compressors that come with your DAW. That would be a good start. The one thing I noticed about this, what would I like? I like the fact that it's very basic and easy to get into. I like that a lot. Possibly, it's a part of their trademark, klevgrand. They have lots of products that have muted colors. It may be a new thing, it may not be, I'm not sure. What would I like? Possibly for the app, for this particular plugin to be scalable. And the other thing I would like to see, when you slide up and down on the frequency, so you have on the bass, you don't know how much you're going up by. However, normally in many DAWs, if you make an adjustment here, you can see it happening up here when it says EQ low gain. So we can actually see it changing here. So that's not a game changer. The look ahead I never really use, so it's not a big problem. What I would probably would like with some more dynamic range in terms of the frequency response for bass, mid and treble. So I would want it to be selectable. However, where I think this would be very useful, if you are using it on, say, some vocals, I think it would be useful. It would be quite good there. One of the things that I was going to suggest is, if you're using compressors, I have lots of compressors, and one of the questions I'd like to ask you guys is, what's your best plug-in compressor? What's your favorite compressor, plug-in-based compressor, and why? If you could leave a comment below, that would be excellent, so we can kind of figure out what you guys are working with. But I do like this. I think it's somewhere in the region of about $30 odd. If you think it is worth the money, then please let me know. If you think it's not worth the money, don't just say I don't think it's worth the money. Just tell me why it's not worth the money. I know it's very basic, but I like the fact that it is basic. There's not a lot to do. And this plugin comes as you can get a demo of this. Now, I believe that the demo mutes itself every so often, so you will have to try it for yourself. But I like it. I think it's quite basic, and I like the fact that it is basic. I don't like that you can't rescale this. I also probably don't like that I cannot see by the amount that I'm making these changes without looking up here. They could have put something in the middle, so as you make the dial, I don't know, a number comes up here, so by how much dB are we increasing or decreasing the gain. That would be useful, but as it goes, it's not very expensive. Maybe even another way to look at this is, what's your favorite compressor? What's your favorite compressor under, say, $50, or the equivalent of $50 in UK pounds and sterlings and euros and whatever else? So let's do this. What's your favorite compressor under $50? So we're not looking at the ultimate high end. But you can also do that if you like as well. Right, so that's it for me on this one. It's not very long, and it's not very long because the product itself doesn't require a lengthy YouTube video. Okay, I will see you guys again this week. I have a couple of videos that I want to release this week, so we'll get them done this week, and then we'll keep pushing forward. Thank you very much for your engagement. Take care. Bye-bye.